Yay, that was exciting. I just love the Christmas lights.
Me too. It's so fun when we go around and look at all the Christmas lights.
Yeah, that's fun. Especially those houses that have like 10 bazillion, gazillion, trillion, million, billion, dillion, jillion lights. I love it.
That's a lot of lights.
Yeah, I bet it takes so much time to decorate.
You know, it probably takes them weeks to put that many lights out because putting the lights up is the hardest thing we do. So thank you guys for helping me put up the light.
Can we take a break now and have our advent candy?
Yeah, can we?
That's a
Give us
great
candy,
idea.
give us candy, give us candy,
Here
candy,
you
candy,
go,
candy.
Zeke.
Woo, woo.
Oh,
Give us candy, give us
Zeke,
candy, candy, candy.
one piece. Thank you, Hope. Thank you. Just one piece is all you get, okay? So
Remember to open the number one.
the number one, let's see if we can find it. Oh, I found number one, and
Hey,
guess what?
And there's a message inside.
I know.
It says, the people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Isaiah 9 and 1.
Wow, and that's the perfect saying for what we're about to do today.
Oh, there's a little tremble.
Yes, you can eat your candy. I'm going to save mine. Zeke, we don't talk with our mouth full.
Yes, we do.
No. Now let's get started. So today, we're going to start in the very beginning.
Hey, you mean the part where an angel told Mary that she was going to have a baby?
Oh, yeah, I remember that part. That's in the New Testament.
Yeah.
That part is in the New Testament.
Yeah, let me find it.
You're going to find that in the Bible? Well, it's in the New Testament. It's found in Luke chapter 1,
Big one.
verse 26. Zeke, you're so funny.
Here we go.
You found it? You did a great job finding this. But when I said I'm going to start at the beginning, I meant the very, very beginning. Back in Genesis.
But that's like thousands of years before Jesus was born. Good thing we're starting this story on December 1st because that's going to take all month to tell that one.
You're right, Zeke. It is a long story, but we've got our Advent calendar, so
Let the Christmas adventure begin.
good job, Zeke. So I'm going to read the very first thing that says in the Bible. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep.
Man, I hate the dark.
Yeah, my mom does too. Can I have another piece of cake?
No, not till tomorrow. I do hate the dark. I can't stand it. But I think about how dark it must have been before light was even created.
But then he said, let there be light.
Yes, he did. And verse 3 tells us that when God said, let there be light, then poof, there was light. And God said that it was good. So Hope, why don't you read right here, verse 5. Can you read that for us?
And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
Very good. That's
This
right.
is a neat story, but what's that got to do with Christmas?
Well, I'm getting there. But let me ask you a question first. You know that light that we're just hearing about? What do you think that light was?
That's easy. That was the sun and the moon.
No, it's not.
Huh?
I used to think that too, but it's created 3 days later on day 4.
Hey, good memory, Hope. That's right. Hand me that Bible back, if you would. So let's look at this for just a minute, okay? So I'm going to get back to where we were. Genesis chapter 1.
Big one.
And let's go to verse 14. So it tells us that God created a light for the day and a light for the night.
Okay, then what was the light he created on day 1?
Well, I believe that was Jesus when he became the light of the world. Let me show you. If you go all the way to the New Testament, to the book of John, in chapter 8,
Big 8.
verse 12.
Little 12.
Here, Hope, read that, the red part on verse 12. Can you see it?
Okay, I am the light of the world. He that follows me shall not walk in darkness, but he shall have the light of life.
Very good. Thank you for reading that. So think about it this way. If you wake up in the middle of the night, what's the first thing you do? Turn on a light. If you walk into a dark room, you turn on the light, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of like that's what God did. When he started creation, the first thing he did was turn the light on. But you see, Zeke, that light, that was not the light that you think about. It was Jesus. The Bible tells us that from the foundation of the world, God made a plan to save mankind. But he had not even created people yet. You see, he knew that people would need a Savior. And so he made Jesus be the light of the world so that we could have a Savior in Jesus. But unfortunately, a lot of people, they reject his light and they prefer to walk in darkness.
Well, why would anyone want to walk in darkness?
Yeah, I hate walking in the dark. One time I woke up really early and I was in a dark room and I stubbed my toe. It hurt so bad.
I've done that too. It does hurt. Well, you see, when it says they walk in the dark, that if we look at John 3:19, that tells us that some people prefer darkness rather than light.
Well, that just don't make no sense.
Well, you're right. But see, the darkness that God's talking about, that represents sin. See, when we sin, we're separated from God. And he can't look at sin. But when we choose to live in sin, we're separated from God. We can't be with him because he didn't intend for us to live this way. God, he wants to be with us. So God created this light to guide our lives. And you know what he does? When we have God living inside of us, he puts that light right inside of us.
Oh, I know a song. This little light of mine,
I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel.
No!
I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel.
No!
I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel.
No!
I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. You know, Hope, that was the perfect song. So, you know, these lights that we see at Christmas, they represent how Jesus is the light of the world. And in Matthew 5, it tells us that Jesus wants us to be the light of the world too. And Jesus tells us that when we let our light shine so that other people can see it, they're going to see our good works and it's going to glorify God, our Father in heaven.
Well, in that case, I think we should put up some more Christmas lights.
yeah, that's a great idea. We need the lights.
Let's do it. But for now, I think that we need to tell our friends out there, bye.
Y'all come back tomorrow for part 2 of our Christmas adventure.
Thank you for watching this Christmas adventure as we study the true meaning of Christmas. Over 2,000 years ago, Jesus Christ came to this earth as a baby. He lived here for 33 years. He lived a perfect life. He gave his life on the cross of Calvary so we could be saved. 3 days later, he arose from the grave. He remained on this earth for 40 days before he went back into heaven. As he left in a cloud, angels told his disciples Jesus would return to earth one day. This season, as you look forward to celebrating Christmas, pay attention to the feeling of anticipation you feel. Remember the promise, he is coming again. This time he will not come as a baby, but as a king. May the feeling of joy and anticipation of his second coming be even greater than Christmas. The King is coming.